Welcome to Maple Morrow.
A young girl, about probably 14, 15. She throws on her detective cap, grabs her bag, and she is already bustling and ready to go. Felicity is a young girl trying to best find her way.
Lysander is pretty short in stature. Oh my god. And he gets off of the cot. He kind of like uses the blanket as like a cloak of some kind and just kind of like huddles underneath it. And then goes to the door, just kind of muttering, and opens it up.
A heron with this brown fur, like a rabbit person with like this brown fur, lays head down towards his chest, feet resting up on this desk. He's got all these ornate, like gold and yellow sashes that kind of cover his body, and he has a darker patch that kind of goes over one of his eyes. He lays there kind of just snoozing away.
I am CK-373. I am a combat droid that is meant for security. You can see like a key in the back that helps like wind myself up. There's like heat vents. I'm wearing these kind of like visors, and I have a little drone that flies around with me.
I am sneaking through this window.
Lysander, his ears like twitch as he like listens to this window creak open. He's just like, I don't have time to deal with this man.
The hole in the bottom of my strongbox wasn't there several minutes ago, leading all the way to your build. That's not a little bit convenient?
Rudy, as you say this and you're continuing to take things off the shelf, you come to a pile of about 20 gold pieces that you did not notice before, sitting like just off to the side underneath this hole.
Hello, I am CK Unit 373. I am investigating some robberies happening in the area. Has any merchandise gone missing?
And Felicity is going to look the shop up and down and go, Lysander. And then march her way up the stairs and bang on the door with as much force as she can muster, and immediately call out, The jig is up, Lysander! I know you're in there!
And you all turn to realize that this pile of gold has gone missing. And all of you pick up on the faint sound of buzzing wings. And as you turn to sort of follow this sound, you see that all of these gold pieces have sprouted little stick-like golden legs and wings that seem like they are almost made out of gold dust. And as you spot these, I'm going to need everybody to roll me initiative. Hello, and welcome back to Performance Check. My name is Ethan Mann, and I am your Dungeon Master. Here with me today are our four wonderful players. Say hi, wonderful players.
Hi.
Hi, wonderful players.
Hi, wonderful players.
Totally not stealing that from any other actual play intro. First up, Felicity. You are first in initiative, first to go in combat in this podcast. You are currently locked outside. What would you like to do?
She is going to bang on the door again and call out, Lysander, I know you're in there. I also know 3 other ways to get into this building. If you do not let me in right now, I am heading straight to the mayor's office. And as she does so, she's going to turn to Herky on her shoulder and go, Unlock the door, Herky, and send him to go sneak his way in and unlock the door for her.
Brilliant. Herky takes off around the side of the building, looking for a little dig hole to get in through. Is there anything that you would like to do action-wise on your turn, or would you like to hold until you are able to get in?
I would like to hold my action until I'm able to get into the building.
Brilliant. All right. It is then going to be Rudy.
All right. Are the coins trying to escape, or are they trying to eat us right now?
So it first seemed like they were perhaps going to just fly away, but as they clearly see that they have been spotted, you see that they have all pivoted in the air, tumbling over top of each other to turn and look at you all, and you see little metallic pincers sprout out the front of the coins.
All right, sounds like it's showtime, and I am going to kind of like do a little hop and dash towards both of the coins, like directly between the two of them. So I'm just gonna scoot up right about there, right in the middle between both of them, and I got the bow staff at the ready, and we're going for a swat, like from the top, to attempt to knock it to the ground, and followed by a stomp if possible here.
Brilliant, roll the hit.
For the bow staff. Oh man, we're just killing it today. That's 11.
11 is not going to hit.
Rats. All right. Well, I'm still going for the kick. Please, Rudy. That's teetering between two numbers. Hold on. Flat surface. Shoot. 13?
13 is not going to hit either.
Really? Dang. Well, now I just sit there looking cool. You know, I swipe, and then I give like my victory pose.
Brilliant. You swipe this bow staff through the storm and then try to follow it up with a kick, and they just sort of like part like water around your attacks.
In true Rudy fashion, nothing hits.
In true Evan fashion, nothing hits.
Awesome. I'd love to see it.
It is then going to be one of the swarm's turn. It is going to fly down beneath you so that you are fully surrounded, Rudy, by these swarming creatures, which is going to give them advantage on their attack against you. Ooh, thank God for that. How does a 23 do me? I can see your AC, but I'm saying it out loud for the listeners.
Yeah, whatever, pal. Sure, it hits. Yeah. That's a lot of dice you're rolling there, pal. I don't like that.
Don't worry too much. It's only going to be 7 points of piercing damage. As
Owie.
these, you feel like multiple pincers sink into your skin.
Ow!
Could I then please have you make me a dexterity saving throw?
Bro, what are these coins made out of, dude? Oh, that's so funny. You know what? Okay, we're using a luck point on that one. I'm not taking a 2. We're using a luck point here. Come on! I'm using an... Okay. For all of you guys who are not here right now, I just rolled a 2 followed by a 1. I'm using another luck point. Dude, this character... He just... Okay, here we go.
Cursed.
18.
So these creatures bite into Rudy, and then all turn their rears towards him. And you see Rudy maybe just a little bit nervous. I am almost picturing it like starts vigorously rubbing his own foot. These things poof out their rear a blue dust that Rudy manages to like waft away from himself.
I didn't warm up. It's because I didn't warm up.
Some famous monk we got here.
Quiet, thief.
Truly, the talent is enormous.
Lysander, it's then going to be your turn.
Lysander is going to like shout towards Felicity and be like, "If you know your way in, then come on in." And he is going to firebolt at these things, hopefully to almost like try to melt away these like wings and these legs, to kind of like revert these coins back to their normal form. Does a 16 hit?
16 will hit.
Amazing. And so he aims at one of them and shoots at this firebolt. And he actually, you see him like almost like from underneath his cloak, he pulls out his wand and he like swings it in the air a few times and just like boops it towards one of these things. And that is going to be a grand total of 2 fire damage.
Brilliant. There is a swarm to the north and a swarm to the south of Rudy. Which one are you aiming for?
Probably the one that's further away from Rudy, because I don't want him to be hit.
Okay. So I'd say probably the best thing here is for you to take a little bit of a sidestep over here to get a clear shot, and do that 2 damage to that swarm. Brilliant. Anything else you'd like to do with your turn?
He is going to just kind of like look at Rudy and just say, "Not so much a thief anymore, huh?" And that'll be his turn.
Brilliant. CK, you're up.
Okay, awesome. I am going to... Are both of the gold coins within 30 feet of me?
Neither. Hold on.
Pull out the ruler.
The one to the south of Rudy is.
I'm going to approach the one south of Rudy, and then I'm going to use my not Divine Sense, my Channel Divinity. I'm going to use my Channel Divinity to use my Oath of the Crown Channel Divinity to make it so that they can't retreat. I'm going to need a Wisdom saving throw from both of the coins and from Lysander, who I think might be the culprit here.
Let's see. Dee-dee-dee.
I'm using Champion Challenge.
Wisdom save. Actually, Lysander's pretty smart here. Okay, maybe not. That's an 11.
That will fail, unfortunately.
So Lysander got an 11. The swarm to the south of Rudy got a non-natural 1. And the swarm to the north of Rudy got an 18.
The people that failed cannot willingly move away from me.
Okay.
So the one to the north can run away, but the one to the south cannot. So I'm going to swing at the one in front of me with my police baton. That's a 7 plus 6 for 13.
That is not going to hit, unfortunately.
You see, in my left arm, like a hatch open up, and you can see like a foot-long kind of shield open up and disperse out. That's just covering my arm, essentially. And then you can also see out of my right arm kind of a 3-foot-long stick kind of unfolds and wraps into my hand as I extend out, ready for combat.
Very good. And as you make those swings, just like with Rudy, that swarm parts around your attacks. And it is then going to be the creature that is to the north of Rudy. It just got hit by Lysander's fire, so it is going to buzz its way down to Lysander, and you hear little click, click, clicks coming from these pincers as it approaches you, Lysander. And it is going to
Before it does that, I think that provokes an opportunity attack. Just saying.
It will. I was going to come back to that next, but if you would like to do that first, please absolutely make that.
Slay.
Oh, let's go 23.
Oh yeah, that'll hit.
Yeah.
Baseball bat, I whack with staff, 8 damage. Bludgeoning.
You make that swing, and you see some of these insectoid gold pieces manage to fly out of the way, but then some of them do take the brunt of that attack. Lysander, something tells me that a natural 1 is not going to hit you.
Yeah, unfortunately, that does not hit.
Oh, you get that, and I get a 23. Awesome, dude.
Get good.
Felicity, you are up next.
I assume Herky is nowhere closer to opening the door. And technically, Felicity's been invited in. She notes that out loud. Like, okay, I'm coming in. And there, I believe, if I remember correctly from last episode, there's a window that a certain Harangon opened and crawled through. Can Felicity launch herself through that into the room?
Absolutely. I am going to make that take... it will take your full movement, I think, to get over there and through the window. But that will put you over here.
All right. So if I'm there, I'm going to... Is it possible, given that Felicity is a smaller person, if I bonus action dash, could I make it through these shelves?
It will take the entirety of that dash to do so, but I will allow that.
Cool. How how far do you think? Just beyond the shelf? Like
Yes.
there?
Yep.
Alright. And then she's going to see these flying gold coins attacking Lysander, and she's going to take out a butter knife out of her bag and yuck it at the gold coin.
Amazing. Roll to hit.
A 13 does not hit, unfortunately.
13 does not hit. So, Felicity, having still been locked out of this building, skirts around to the open window, dives through, launches herself through the shelf of random trinkets that Lysander has set up, pulls out a butter knife, flings it at these insects, and completely misses.
And as she does so, she goes, I have questions for you, Lysander.
Now is not a great time, as he, like, sees all of his trinkets fall and is just like, oh my god!
And you will see, like, even though she is, like, full-on looking at him, immediately she goes, I'll help clean up!
Lysander rolls his eyes.
Incredible. Rudy, we're coming back to you.
Rudy, being the true tactician he is moving to the right to flank this one swarm. And again, we're going to whack, and then we're going to punch.
Brilliant. Do that with advantage since you're in flank with CK.
Oh yeah, now I'm rolling good. That's a 26 to hit.
Mm-hmm. That'll do it.
And quick above table here, just for clarification for me. As a bonus action, I can attack with fist. Does that include if I am using both hands to hit with my bow staff as an action?
I will look more into that, but I'm going to go ahead and allow it for today.
Okay, cool. So, first hit with staff. Wow, 7 damage.
Brilliant.
And then punch with fist with advantage. Ooh, another 26.
That'll hit.
There are those rolls. I've been waiting for those, man. That is another minimum. That is 6 more bludgeoning.
Brilliant. You, again, see some of these things manage to get out of the way while you connect with a couple of them. And it looks like they are starting to take some damage here.
Heck yeah, that's my turn.
Brilliant. The insects that just got walloped are going to go next. CK, having been compelled by you, they're going to try and take a bite. CK, does an 18 hit you?
It does not hit me.
So you see these bugs come at you with these pincers, try and like bite into this like wood and metal on your arm, and they just sort of like dink off of it.
That was a dirty 19, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
18.
I kind of just like wave them off with my shield, and I'm like, okay. Let's wrap this up.
Lysander, you're up next.
All right. Seeing his trinkets and things go flying off the shelves and the coins and the allegations, he is just mad beyond belief. He is going to do a nice little Eldritch Blast at the same group of coins that he was shooting the firebolt at earlier. He is going...
That will be at disadvantage since they are so close to you, but you're welcome to roll that.
Okay, at disadvantage. Okay. Damn, I'm assuming an 11 does not hit.
11 does not hit.
Alright, so you'll see this, like, crackling energy go out and just kind of, like, zoom past and then probably hit another shelf and cause, like, more trinkets to fall, is what I'm imagining. And he's just like, gosh! And he is just mad. But he'll look over at Felicity and be like, yeah, you bet you're going to be help cleaning up.
Incredible. CK.
Okay, I'm going to, as my main action, try to hit this group of coins again.
Brilliant. Roll the hit.
Oh, goodness, that's a 10.
Once again...
Oh, do I get advantage for flanking?
Yes, you do get advantage from flanking with Rudy, since you were surrounding the swarm.
Awesome. That's going to be a 21.
That one will hit.
Awesome. I swipe through this, and that's going to be 8 points of bludgeoning damage. And then... how are they looking? Should I use the Divine Smite? Should I use Divine Smite? Should I smite them?
They look like, again, some of them managed to avoid this attack from your baton. They're looking, a couple of them you see like some crumpled wings, some broken legs, but for the most part they are all still up and flying, ready to attack.
But you know what they can't avoid as easily? This Divine Smite! That's going to be another 10 points of radiant damage.
As you do that additional damage, you see about half of these insects fall to the ground and sort of twitch their little metallic legs.
As my bonus action, I'm just going to, like, kind of kneel down to the ground and check out these little fairy creatures.
Brilliant. Roll me an investigation check for your bonus action, please.
That is an 18 plus 3 for 21.
As you are looking now, knowing what they are, you almost do kind of see where, like, legs fold up to hide, and where it seems like these wings sort of, like, retract into, almost, despite the fact that they are made of gold dust. So it does look like these are intentionally animate creatures that have the ability to camouflage themselves.
Okay. Interesting. I'm gonna, like, put one in, I'm gonna open up a compartment in my arm, and I'm gonna just put one in there, and I'm gonna lock it back up. And then that'll be my turn.
This swarm down by Lysander is going to attempt again to bite him, and is going to get a 23 to hit. So, Lysander, you are going to take 9 plus 3, 12 points of piercing damage as you feel these little pincers dig into your flesh.
Ouchie.
Can I then please have you make me a dexterity saving throw?
Yeah.
CK, also please make me a dexterity saving throw.
It's going to be a 22 from Lysander.
An 18 from CK.
These insects let out the same like poof of blue glittering dust that the other swarm had released, and you both manage to waft it away before it manages to, like, attach and stick to you. And Felicity, it's going to be your turn.
All right. So how are we doing diagonal movement? Is it like a once per turn? Is it a we can do it, but the enemy can do it? What's your policy?
Typically, I rule it as the first diagonal movement is only 5 feet, and then every additional diagonal movement beyond that is 10 feet.
She's going to run up to help Lysander, and as she does so, she takes out another butter knife and a bread knife, and I'm going to also presume this is not flank.
Correct. You form basically like an L with Lysander, with your back against the bookshelf nearest to you, like the end of the bookshelf, and you are not in flank.
All right. Well, she's going to start by swinging with her bread knife.
Okay.
Does a dirty 20 hit?
Oh yeah.
All right. So she is going to give that thing max 10 slashing damage, and then you'll never guess it. I'm going to throw that sneak attack on there, since Lysander's within 5 feet, and get another 9 points of sneak attack damage. And then if that thing is still up, she's swinging with her bread knife.
Oh, it is still up for sure.
Yeah, but 11 is not going to hit.
It will not.
All right, so she's going to stab at this thing with the bread knife to, like, distract it, and then swing with the butter knife and swing with the bread knife as she hits a few of them, and go, "This isn't one of your things, is it?"
No, I would never come up with such a monstrosity.
And that will be Felicity's turn.
Very good. You see, as you were swinging these bread knives, it almost looks like these creatures are focused on Lysander, allowing you to get that extra damage in. But when they... it's then going to be Rudy's turn next.
Rudy's turn. How is the flying coin swarm in front of me looking?
About half of them have fallen to the ground and no longer are moving.
All right. Then I'll just hang tight where I am, and you guessed it. Swing, punch.
Swing, punch, swing, punch.
With advantage for flank. 18 for bow staff.
That'll hit.
4. Ooh, dang! That's 13 damage.
Nice.
That's like max bow staff damage. I'm kind of killing it. And You know what? I want to move myself. Right here. Right there. And I'm going to use my bonus action on the same swarm again. Just remove that flanking. What would you say flank is looking like for the other pile right now?
I would say both Lysander
I'm not
and
provoking
Felicity.
flank, am I?
With you moving diagonally closer to the to that little skirmish, so that you are basically between the swarms now. I would say that will give Felicity and Lysander advantage on melee attacks against the swarm that they are engaged with.
Fantastic. I will punch the other swarm with advantage. I rolled a 1 and a 19. That's 26.
Well, thank God for that advantage. That second one will do it.
Yes. I am kind of killing it, man. I'm kind of killing it now. Rudy's back. Rudy is back, baby. That's 9 punch damage. Heck yeah. And that's my turn.
The swarm that Rudy just left is going to attempt to bite him. It unfortunately does have advantage now, since it is the two swarms are surrounding Rudy. So that is going to be a 22 and will hit. Rudy, however, is only going to take 9 points of piercing damage as you feel fewer pincers than before manage to sink into you, since there's only about half the full swarm still up and flying.
Rudy is actively slowing down a lot. Some would consider him to be more than bloodied.
Lysander, you're up.
All right. Lysander is still pretty peeved off. He is going to almost like, I think almost like mage hand. He wants to mage hand and like swat at these things. He's not really trying to do much damage. He's just more annoyed at this point. So you'll see like the hand go up and just kind of like swat, or like try to grab a couple of them. I don't know how you want to do that, Ethan, but
you're attempting to grab some out of the air, correct?
yes.
Go ahead and roll me an unarmed strike attack.
Okie dokie. That's gonna be +3. Okay, an 18.
18 will hit. You do manage to dart a hand out, grab it, and yank one out of the air. You see its legs are still kicking and it's still flapping, so it is still alive and struggling. But you do have it in your fist.
Cool. I think that's technically all I can do, but I'm definitely gonna keep a hold of that, and just see if we can investigate it later.
CK, it's going to be your turn then.
Okay, guess what? I'm gonna whack it.
Yeah.
After I kind of go around, so I'm flanking again. The first roll was a nat 1, and guess what the second roll was?
Nat 20?
19.
A nat 20.
Incredible.
Yeah.
2 crits back to back, one better than the other.
So that's going to be 6 plus 2 plus 4 for a total of 12 points of bludgeoning damage. And I'm not going to, even though I would get double dice in the smite, I'm not gonna do it. I need to save my spells. I only have 3 of them.
You do see, as you are taking these swings, you fully knock a couple of these things out of the air, and they almost, like, crunch as they hit the ground.
Okay. And then I'm going to, like... You said, like, this one crunched, right? So I'm gonna take one of the ones that are dented and broken and see if the inside is, like, still this metallic metal, or if it's, like, a bug pretending to be a coin.
Cool. Roll me an investigation check.
And then another natural 1!
Oh, man.
121!
As you reach down, these bugs that are still alive, like, swarm down around their fallen friends, and, like, prevent you from looking inside of their, cracked open, shells.
Gotcha. That's unfortunate. That'll be my turn then.
Brilliant. It's going to be this next swarm then, which is going to, this time, having been sneak attacked by Felicity, turn to her. That is going to be a 17 to hit Felicity, and we'll do that damage. That's going to be 8 points of piercing damage to you, Felicity.
Wonderful.
And then it's going to be your turn.
She's not looking great. Felicity is going to see Rudy is here, and the CK unit she also did was here. We're just going to see Rudy here and give her, look and go, this is a weird morning, before she swings again with her bread knife, now that she is flanking. And, thank God for advantage. Does a 16 hit?
16 will hit.
Alright, so she's going to do 5 piercing damage. And then she's going to swing with her butter knife on her bonus action. So that'll be... okay, thank God for advantage. Nope, that doesn't matter. It's a 10. I should have sneak attacked on my bread knife. Oh well.
Rudy, we're back to you.
Okay, I am going to go ahead and I am going to use one of my key points. I am going to Step of the Wind, because I want to get out of this situation. And hold on a second, I gotta do some reading here. Doing some reading. Okay. I am going to use my bonus action to disengage, so now nobody can take any opportunity attacks on me, as I am not doing too hot. So I'm gonna move back over here. I'm just out of the way. And I am going to reach into like a little waist pack that I got, and I am going to pull out a dart. And I'm just going to chuck it at the same bugs I have been hitting this entire time.
The ones that are next to CK?
Yes.
Brilliant. Roll a hit.
21.
That'll do it.
Heck yeah, baby! That is a 9 damage.
So Rudy does the old bob and weave to get out of the way of these bugs here, pulls out this dart, chucks it at this swarm of insectoid gold coins, and drops the last remaining few as you manage to spear like 3 of them in one dart.
Yeah! That's how you do it! And I will end my turn where I am standing.
Brilliant. Lysander, you're up.
Lysander is going to take out his quarterstaff, and he is going to take a swing at this last group of bugs.
Awesome. Roll a hit.
Oh my god. Okay, that is a 1 for a 4. I'm assuming that does not hit.
That is not gonna do it, unfortunately.
Yeah, I'm just imagining, like, he's like so done. He's like, you guys get out of my shop! And he like swings this quarterstaff and it just hits air, and he like almost like flings around, and I almost want to say he like falls to the ground. But yeah.
Yeah, as you're swinging this quarterstaff, one even actually manages to land on the quarterstaff and like sinks its little legs into the wood, and you're sort of like shaking it will not come loose.
That's awesome. Yeah, he is just peeved off, and that is my turn.
All right, CK, you're up.
Okay, I'm going to head over and I'm going to flank the gold coins, and I'm just gonna hit it.
Please do.
19.
That'll do it.
That'll be 5 points of damage. Woo! I rolled a 1 + 4. Boo. Hiss.
So as you come in, these insects are now surrounded on 3 sides by you all, as Rudy's standing a little bit further away, and the rest of you are completely surrounding this swarm of metallic insects. And it, again, a couple of them manage to evade out of the way of your baton, but the rest of them do take that damage.
Awesome. That'll be my turn.
Brilliant. It is then going to be the swarm's turn here. They're going to go for Lysander again. But they are only going to get An 8 to hit, and that is going to miss. So Lysander, as you're like trying to shake this insect from your staff, the rest of them like can't even fully get in to try and take a bite at you.
Yeah, that'll show them.
It's going to be Felicity's turn then.
Felicity, don't change what ain't broken, I say as if I've hit more than twice. Bread knife and butter knife. We'll start with the bread knife with advantage. Nope, that's just gonna fail. A 10 does not hit. So then we're gonna go with the butter knife. There we go. But with advantage, so we roll again. A 24 hits, correct?
24 will hit, yep.
Alright, so that'll be 5 piercing damage with 5 sneak attack damage.
Yeah,
So
baby!
5 piercing, 5 sneak attack?
Woohoo!
Yes.
You see a couple more of these insects drop to the ground as you are swishing through the air with these butter knives. And Rudy, you're up.
Oh man, I'm out of darts. You see, Rudy just starts like coughing up blue dust as he like limps his way over, puts the bow staff away. He is like clumsily come on over, fists up, ready to just swing. Come on! Swing with advantage. 16 with a fist.
That'll hit.
Yes, it will. Yes, it will. Nice. 6 punch damage.
Alright, you see that basically the only insect that is left is the one that is currently clinging on to Lysander's quarterstaff.
I blow, like I just like blowing the smoke off a gun, and then I unclench my fist and I go for a smack on the staff.
Brilliant, roll the hit.
22.
Oh yeah, that'll do it.
8 bludgeoning damage as I just smash the bug under my hand.
So you bring your fist down on this last thing and you hear a crunch as you crack open this last insect. And you are all out of combat.
We did it!
Hooray!
Yippee!
Rudy is like shaking guts off his hand.
Felicity is pocketing a carcass in her bag.
Ugh.
Do I see Felicity doing this?
Are you trying to be stealthy about it, Felicity?
I mean, she's trying to be quick about it, and not like to hide it, but just because that's just how she is. So I guess she's not trying to hide it.
I would say that you probably do see it then, CK.
Ma'am, that is an investigation site. Please return it to me.
As I said, I'm a detective. And she rolls her eyes and immediately picks up her butter knife she threw and starts putting away the pieces that were knocked over as she, dove into the room.
Legally, that is untrue.
How would you know? You don't even know who I am.
You are Felicity. You are an orphan in town.
Ooh.
And a detective.
You are under 18 years of age and have not matured to the point of be considering an adult. You legally cannot be a detective.
Hey, Dad, maybe give your daughter a little bit of grace here, all right? Just like kind of let her grow. Isn't that something you're supposed to let her do? Let her blossom
You
and,
think this
show
is
her
my
wings.
child?
No, but I mean, you're acting like a boring dad.
I am a robot. I do not know what you mean by being a boring dad.
It means you're a stick in the mud.
Lysander just sighs through all of this, and he finds an open jar or something where he can seal. Is the one that he caught still alive and kicking?
Yes, that one is still alive and kicking.
He's just, while they're bickering, gonna find an open jar and then mage hand the coin bug over and shove it in, and then twist on a top, and then just give Felicity a little look, and then stick it behind a couple trinkets to hide it.
I'm assuming you did this without walking away from me?
No, he would see the bickering and then go over to a shelf and then just kind of
You
throw
can't
it in
walk
there.
away from me.
Oh,
You can't walk away from me.
No.
Come on.
Ah, stick in the mud.
Stick in the mud.
Unfortunately, you cannot. Oh, so if you can do that all with your mage hand, that's allowed, but you cannot walk away from me.
Do it with the mage hand. Do it with the mage hand.
After you do this, if you're doing this with Mage Hand, I'm going to say, unfortunately, you are under arrest for the current moment while we investigate this shop. Please surrender.
Felicity's gonna turn to Lysander and just go, Lysander, did you do it?
No, I promise you have the wrong guy. I didn't do any of this.
I'm sure
Felicity
that once the investigation is finished, that will show in court. But for right now, you are under arrest. Please surrender peacefully, or I will have to use force.
How tall is CK?
About 7 feet tall.
Dang it. How far can I move away from CK? Can I just not move at all? Like, am I paralyzed?
You can move around me, but you cannot move away from me willingly.
Oh, man, okay.
For the next... How many rounds of combat was that?
I believe that was 4.
The effect ends if you become incapacitated or die, or if I move more than 30 feet away from you.
Lysander is just gonna be like, you can't catch me, and he's gonna, like, just, like, rotate around CK. Like, be like, you can't catch me, you can't arrest me.
Claudia, with a 18 insight check, is Lysander lying?
Lysander is not lying. He has nothing to do with any sort of stolen goods or flying bugs.
Felicity will nod and then turn to CK and go, he's telling the truth. You could still get him for petty theft of a detective's hat, she says, and holds onto her hat tightly.
That was one time, and it was a really funny joke.
If you would like to prove his innocence in court, you may be my guest. Otherwise, I am going to arrest him right now. And you can kind of see my torso sort of disconnect from my legs as I start spinning, like my torso starts spinning around, separate from my legs, and then I go to grab you.
Lysander's absolutely gonna try to dodge and not get caught.
So I'm gonna say we're gonna make some grapple checks here. Jimmy, either athletics or acrobatics. Lysander, I feel like this is probably acrobatics.
Okie dokie.
I got a 10.
Oh my god. No, and that one.
I kind of just imagine that Lysander trips, and then I just, like, put on the cuffs while you're, like, put your hands behind your back and I put on the cuffs. And I stand you up.
No, I can't go to court. I can't go to court, please. I have all my trinkets, and I can't. And he's like looking around. He's like, "Where's my book? Where is my book? Someone grab my book." He's totally freaking out.
You are allowed one personal item. I suppose you may have your book, but your wand will be confiscated. And I grab the wand out of where I'm assuming you're holding it in your pocket, and then I put it in my arm.
Yeah, probably. This is unfair. This is injustice.
Felicity is just gonna shake her head and go, no, CK units are very by the book. And turn to Rudy and go, why are you here? Are you an accomplice?
No. Mouse holes. I was trying to just sleuth my way out of here. I'm we're pretty similar, in that respect. I was just solving a mystery, Long story short, all of my net worth, all of it, all of my money, disappeared, and I tracked it down to right here, and then it flew up and started attacking me.
Are you saying you broke and entered?
No,
yes,
no, it was...
Yes,
it was...
he absolutely did! He broke through my window! He attacked me!
No. Listen.
Unfortunately,
they were
you
aware
are
that
under
I was here.
arrest.
No.
Rudy. Please surrender. And I'm going to cast command on him.
They knew I was
Brilliant.
here.
Make me a wisdom saving throw, Rudy.
What do you mean? Wait. Please. 19.
19, that'll succeed, but I am still going to go towards you to try to grapple you.
Incredible. Athletics
You're
or
telling me
acrobatics
there's
from
not
both of you,
reasonable
please.
suspicion? You're telling me that you can just break in wherever you want, and just pointing at Felicity. You can just come in wherever you want, and you're fine. But when I do it once, when they know I'm here, I'm not.
I was invited.
What do you mean?
That is true. I saw evidence that Felicity was invited.
Well,
Lysander says you were not invited.
actually, Mr. CK Unit, she did say that she knew multiple different entrances into my shop. I only have one door. Technically, that's stalking, and I think that's gotta be a misdemeanor of some sort.
What?
Are
It's called
you
being
trying to
observant.
report Felicity for a crime? If
Yes.
so, what crime?
Stalking.
Stalking.
And having a
Besides knowing
stupid
that you
hat.
could... Having a stupid hat. Calculating. 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 While it may not be a good fashion choice, it is not a crime. Technically, knowing that a window is a way to enter into a shop is just weird knowledge, not a crime.
Well,
CK units aren't the fashion police. They're just regular police.
Well, she definitely.
If I was the fashion police, I would be arresting you for that.
Ouch.
CK and Rudy, make me opposed grapple checks here, please. Athletics or acrobatics?
I'm not fighting. I'm not
That's
even
good, because
trying.
I got a 21, so...
You know what? Just for me, I still would have failed.
Oh no.
Thank you for going willingly. And I put him in handcuffs, and then can I, please take your darts?
It's on the floor. I only have the one.
You only have one dart.
One singular dart. It always
The
hits.
quote-unquote famous Rudy only has one dart.
Quote unquote. What do you mean, quote unquote? I have one dart because I only ever need one dart.
Okay, well then
hot
I will
shot
take
over
this
here.
in for evidence, and I pick it up, put it into my left arm. Thank you.
Uh-huh.
These two are going to go to the brink. Felicity,
The brink?
you are
Straight to
not
jail?
welcome. There are going to be visiting hours at noon today.
Felicity will raise her
Please
hand and
don't
go,
come.
"You need me as a witness."
I'm
Please
sure
do.
I will when it comes to court. Later today, there will be a court date settled. You will be informed when to appear in court.
This is
Felicity
crazy.
is going to turn to Lysander and go, "I'm sorry. Where's your book?"
He's going to he's going to kind of like shift his eyes a little bit, and he's going to point to his cot, and you'll find it. He'll kind of look at you and say, "You'll find it under my pillow."
Okay, Felicity will walk over, grab it, take a look at the cover because she's curious.
Hey, don't. That's private.
I'm not opening it. I'm just reading the cover.
If you're looking at it, his book is kind of leather bound, and it has some like kind of small like engraved tally marks into it. That's kind of like extending on the front side. And it kind of makes its way to the back a little bit too. But it is like a light or a darker purple, with some like twine, around the bound of it.
Felicity will hand it to you, Lysander, and then, go, as Felicity does, she goes, "They won't keep you long since you're telling the truth, but I wanted to get you for a crime you have committed."
The only crime around here is that stupid hat.
Again,
She sticks her
technically
tongue
not
out at
a
her.
crime.
As your book is gathered up and the dart is collected by CK, the two of you...
I will also take the book and look through the book real quick to make sure that there's no
Look through
spells.
the book. That's a violation of privacy. Arrest him. Arrest him, Felicity. Get the robot.
This is true. You don't have enough reasonable suspicion to open the book when it has nothing to do with the case, which is the
I
gold
know
that was
that
animated.
certain spellcasters can use a book as a spellcasting focus. They are not
But
allowed
she-
to have weapons in jail.
That
This is
a
reasonable
giant
enough
journal.
suspicion.
It doesn't have anything to do with magic. I
Violation of
promise.
privacy. Violation of privacy. I will report
Exactly.
this.
I can either have you leave this at home, or I can read through it and then give it to you. What
Doesn't
would
matter.
you prefer?
You already read through it. You're going to jail.
I have not. I cannot go to jail. I am a CK unit and technically do not have emotions, so I cannot commit crime.
You can commit crime without emotions. They're called sociopaths and psychopaths.
Oh, he's a psychopath. I should have called it.
I am not a psychopath.
CK, as you flip through, you see writings in a language that you do not understand, but you do not get the feeling that this is a spellcasting focus.
Is there any roll or check to make sure that it's not a spellcasting focus?
You're welcome to make me an Arcana check.
Okay. That'll be a 7 for Arcana.
You do not get the feeling that this is a spellcasting focus.
Here you go. I have sensed no spellcasting ability from this book. Have a nice day.
I told
Time
you
to
I'm telling
go.
the truth. Nope, don't. And I can imagine he's so tiny. Lysander is only like 4 foot, like maybe 4'8" at the most.
Me and Felicity are the same height.
Yes. And he's just like, you like give him one shove and he's just like falls to the floor. And he's like, hey, keep your hand off the merchandise.
CK, you guide Rudy and Lysander out of the shop with Felicity sort of tagging in tow behind. And the 4 other CK units that were assigned to DTR come up and form a perimeter with you around the 2 detained individuals. And you begin to march westward. And that is where we are going to end today's session. Performance Check is an original Dungeons & Dragons actual play podcast. All characters, settings, and situations in this story are completely fictional. The cast of Performance Check consists of Michael Saliski as Felicity, Claudia Cromley as Lysander, Jimmy Lancaster as CK373, and Evan Marshall as Rudy. The game is DM'd by Ethan Mann.